Hello and welcome to Majestic Consciousness Radio. This is Lynn Jarvis, and I welcome you all here today with great blessings and abundance. I'm going to begin this session like I begin every session by calling in all of our angels and guides and any other celestial divine light being that wants to be here for the benefit of this session. I call a column of white light to me and through me, and a column of white light to you and through you if you choose to receive. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Release any and all things that no longer serve. I'm going to begin today talking about majestic consciousness, about this concept of abundance consciousness, of wealth, of wonder, of raising to the next level of light and height. And as we download new information, which we're doing every day with gamma rays and light rays and white light and crystalline energy, we begin to increase our frequency. And as we increase our frequency, we increase our sense of worth, our deserving, our development. As we increase our worth, we start to see that mirror in our surroundings. We start to have more inspirations, creations, and dreams. And as these dreams develop, we move into a space where we come into manifestation. As we move forward into manifestation, we start to see all the principles and properties and steps that it takes to create something wonderful. We ask our angels and our guides for help. We listen to their guidance. We move into a space where we allow the universe to not only work for us and to us, but through us. We start to see that we are an integral part of the creation of all things. We are creator as much as the created. We are bigger than what it is that we are creating. We are the Midas touch. We allow the divine to flow through us and to us so magically, so perfectly, so directly that we are source itself. And in this space we can create anything. We blossom, we bloom. So it's important that we dream in our manifestation process. We begin with a vision. So let's take a deep breath. And visualize what it is you want to create. Maybe you have a piece of paper in front of you and you can create a bubble map. You start with a bubble in the middle of what it is that you want to create. And then you create 8 legs coming out of that bubble, almost like a spider. You're weaving your story. And at the end of each leg, you draw another circle. And in that circle, you start to put all sorts of things that will support the vision. So if your vision is overwhelmingly abundant success in your career, in spiritual development, in growth, in whatever it may be, you put that in the middle, and then you start to see what is it that's going to support this. So in one bubble you put finances, in another bubble you put team members, in another bubble you put a wonderful place to live, in another bubble you put opportunity to travel, in another bubble you put publicity, in another bubble you put marketing and outreach. In another bubble you put a support system. And I believe that was 8. So maybe I missed one, but you can fill it in with whatever. That's the example. So create this bubble map and start to see what are the steps, what are the building blocks, right? What are the tools that we require in order to create the manifestation of our big vision. Once we have that nailed down, we know what we can start doing in order to get ourselves in process. From those little bubbles, we can even create legs after that outside of those and start to detail it. If it's the money bubble, then we start to put a job, clients, bank account, savings account, credit card, things that are going to help us in that regard. If it's the marketing bubble, we put business cards, we put maybe a business coach, we put a website, okay, things that are going to help us move forward and manifest what we want. So we start to break it down into detail. Then we start to see we really are the creator of this big vision with all these tiny little steps that we had tangibly be in charge of or in control of. We can move forward, and all those things that we do not yet have in place or we don't feel like we're able to manifest, we ask for guidance. We ask for the ability to feel the experience. We ask for the ability to receive the experience, give ourselves permission, give the universe permission to give us these opportunities so that we may step forward into our highest potential. Another thing about manifestation is that we have to trust in divine timing. So as much as we are in charge of all of these little things, we can put our hands on things that are tangible, allow ourselves to move forward and work forward effortlessly and seamlessly through these beautiful abilities, right, to create. We also have to allow for divine flow. As we allow for divine flow, we allow the magic to begin to happen. That's when the sparkles come and the swirling of that essence of beauty. It's like the frosting on the cake, right? We can build the layers, but the icing is what draws the eye. It's the beauty that comes in, that fills and flows and flourishes whatever it is that we're creating, the bow on top, if you will. So as we allow the universe to seamlessly weave all the parts of our story together, we allow for a grander design than we could ever imagine. So we have to give permission as well as take charge. So it's finding that delicate balance of doing whatever we can to be in charge of what we can be in charge of, and then giving the rest over to the universe, which is essentially us mirroring itself back. But there's also other hands at play. There's angels, there's guides, there's that majestic sense of our highest self, our higher self, our 12-dimensional self, the creator of all that is, right? In that mass global consciousness, that infinite center and space of the collective conscious. Then we move into this place where we're able to nurture. So we bring the source into self, and we flow that way through our hands, through our feet, and we feel ignited with the light, and we're able to radiate that out. As we radiate that out, we're able to lead by example. We're able to live in the flow. And as we live in the flow, we start to see miracles, synchronicities, things that start to pop up, wonderful, beautiful repetitions of numbers, billboards that seem to be shouting your name, opportunities, people that come into your path that are seemingly handing you exactly what you want, which is perfect. It's all part of the design of the divine plan. Take a deep breath. Center. And allow the flow. Give permission to allow yourself to move into a beautiful state of creation. Allow yourself to raise your frequency by anchoring in crystalline new white light every day. Allow yourself to release all things that no longer serve. And allow yourself to see yourself as the divine matrix that you are. As you move into this space, manifestation becomes you. Take another deep breath. Create patience. Release the urgency. As we can feel the instantaneous nature of things rapidly multiplying and manifesting, we also allow, again, that balance of patience. That we are synchronizing things in form, and yet we wait for all things to be laid out before us. It's like the preparation of a meal. Maybe you're in the kitchen and you're preparing all the parts together. But then someone has to set the table, or you get to set the table, and then you bring the food to the table, and then it's this beautiful, glorious presentation. So there's so many parts to the story. There's so many people working behind the scenes. There's so much of that distinction between the messing in the kitchen, the beautiful setting of the table, and then bringing all of it together as one in one whole presentation of a glorious meal. So that's an example of what it's like in the different stages of manifestation. Let's take another deep breath. And exhale, release. And as we move into our center, we find that we're guided to listen. We're guided to listen to our guides, slow down sometimes, speed up other times. But often, as we wait, as we allow the flow to flow through us and to us, the opportunity beckons. The tides come in, prosperity abounds, and we become that which we are creating. So it's about raising your frequency, holding the vision, designing and deciding what we can take control over, and then allowing and releasing all of that which we cannot, trusting that it will come, purifying the alignment of which we have with that vision and that dream, from source to center to self. We breathe, we allow, we flow. So take another deep breath with me today. And exhale as we move into abundance consciousness. We start to see that we have some control over what is happening. We are bigger than what is being created, and yet we allow the divine to flow to us and through us. The divine plan to be orchestrated as part, one hand ours, one hand the Creator's, and seeing the balance that we are each. It is both, and it is all. We move into a state of trust, flow, and radiance. And in that space, we take our own throne. We are the royalty. We have become that which we are. We move into beauty, into presence, and into joy. Bring your hands to your heart. Take another deep breath. Feel the white light flooding through you. Exhale, release. And say thank you to yourself for the practice, for the promise, for the witness of all that is. And as you move into the next space, we smile and prepare. So may your manifestation be a majestic journey of abundance, prosperity, and flow. And until next time, we'll see you then.